Alrighty, yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, here back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to illegal things you do online every day. Let's see here. Illegally download stuff, illegally watch stuff, illegally obtain stuff, programs. Come on, bro. I don't care, bro. I told y'all, bro, we do shit the pirate way over here. I'm gonna live the life of a pirate over here. Because at the end of the day, it ain't really hurt nobody, man. It ain't really hurt nobody. I said it before. Piracy is not really illegal. It's not really illegal if they don't sell the product. If the product is not obtainable. So if a product that's no longer obtainable, it's not really illegal if you get it through the piracy. If you get it through piracy, you're not really stealing it. You're not really stealing it. You just obtaining it through a certain way. That's, for instance, if you buy, just say for instance, you buy a video game that's no longer sold. You buy it off somebody. You buy it from somebody off eBay, right? Or Craigslist, whatever. I don't know who buying shit off Craigslist, but let's say you buy it off eBay, right? You buy a pair. You buy some games that you want to obtain from eBay. Is that considered illegal because you bought them from a third party who's not a issued or licensed seller? Wouldn't that technically be illegal? No, because you have a right to sell. If you bought it, you own it, so you can do whatever you want to do with it. I don't see no problem with piracy, bro. I don't see no problem with piracy, because at the end of the day, it's not illegal if you are trying to obtain it. It's not illegal if you can't obtain it through other means. And I get it. Sometimes it's okay to do movies and TV. That's a whole different subject for another day. But me personally, if I can't afford it, but I want to watch it, don't get mad at me. You not giving me a better option. So don't get mad at me because I want to watch something, or if I want to watch a WWE pay-per-view through the pirate way, you can't get mad at me for that. I don't have the funds. I don't feel like having the funds to I don't have the funds to support that on a daily, on a week, on a monthly basis. So I got to do what I got to do. You feel me? There's nothing wrong with it. People gonna do what they got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for the internet, so shit. As long as I'm paying for the internet, it shouldn't matter what the fuck I do on it. It's my internet. It's my private internet. If I want to watch WWE pay-per-views on it because I can't afford the app that is on, then that's my fucking right. I don't care. I own the internet, so shit, I do what I want to do on it. I pay for it.
It's Saturday night and you're finally kicking back after a brutal week of work or school. You decide to treat yourself like the sophisticated cinephile you are by watching a Hollywood blockbuster, but there's just one problem. Your go-to streaming service is letting you down. So there's only one solution. You turn to the spiciest, most questionably legal video service the internet has to offer. Before you can even shove that first handful of popcorn into your mouth, the front door explodes open. The FBI storms in like you're on their most wanted list. By this point, your ISP has already given you the digital equivalent of a slap on the wrist. Your computer's probably infested with malware. And now this is the absolute worst case scenario. You might be looking at a year in jail or a fine of up to $100,000. Why? Because you broke the first of 14 laws that millions of people on the internet break every single day, illegally downloading a movie. Want to keep your digital nose clean? Better keep on watching this episode of The Infographic Show. Everyday things you do online that are actually illegal. Number 14, torrenting copyrighted movies to watch them for free. Okay, so maybe the FBI isn't about to throw you into a black site just yet, but that doesn't mean you're in the clear. Streaming a pirated movie is one thing, but the moment you hit that download button, you're stepping into legally murky waters. In the US, watching a pirated movie isn't technically illegal, but downloading it means you now own an unauthorized copy, and that can
Just said, if I'm watching it, that's not going to really hurt your pockets because I still saw the product that you was trying to sell me. You tried to sell it to me, but I already knew I wasn't going to pay for it. I was going to go through another way to get to it. So you can't get mad at me for watching it. Now, if I download it, okay, you might be on my ass for that, but still. And then yeah, I don't even think it really matters if it's like for older movies though. Like imagine downloading fucking Rush Hour 1 and getting locked up for that. That's crazy. Like that movie old as shit. Everybody done saw that movie. That's crazy.
And be interpreted as intent to distribute. Many torrent sites automatically share portions of the file as you download, turning casual users into unintentional distributors. Copyright holders actively monitor illegal downloads, tracking IP addresses and issuing fines or lawsuits. Some users have been forced to pay thousands of dollars in settlements. While a single download might not get you into trouble, repeat offenses or grabbing high-profile content increases the risk. But you probably already knew that. Number 13, yelling at strangers on the internet. Maybe someone made a political point you disagree with, or utterly destroyed you in an online game. But more likely, you got into a very heated debate about Star Wars. Your heightened feelings led you to threaten violence against the stranger, or claim that you have carnal intent toward their mother. Either way, if your tongue-in-cheek threats get a little too real, you might find yourself breaking the law. According to U.S. law, if you make a threat to kidnap or harm someone, you could face a hefty fine or up to even 5 years in prison. Don't believe us? Take a look at Title 18, Section 870.
Okay, I understand now. I was about to say, nigga, because I yelled at somebody for disagreeing. We had a disagreement. What's wrong with having a disagreement on the internet? You can't have disagreements on the internet. Okay, so they worded it now. So you get in trouble. You get in trouble if you threaten. So if I said, fuck you, bitch ass nigga, I kill you. I kill you and your kids. Fuck you, nigga. I piss on your granny grave. Like if I said some shit like that, then yeah, they have to send the boys after me because I'm making threats. Okay, understandable. I was about to say, the fuck?
5 of the United States Penal Code. Any communication containing threats of kidnapping or injury is a federal offense. And yes, this has been legally applied to threats made online. And if you think you may be able to sneak around all this with jokes, think again. In March 2023, a prolific 4chan troll learned this the hard way after making violent threats to shoot a Florida sheriff in the head. He thought ending his rant with, "in Minecraft," would be a get-out-of-jail-free card. He was wrong. He was arrested, and that same sheriff he'd threatened tweeted upon the man's arrest, "What a shame, a 4chan troll has to come out of his room." Talk about adding insult to injury. But it's not just meanness that might land you in hot water. Number 12, using copyrighted images. Did you know that making a meme might technically be breaking the law? And we're not even talking about countries like China, where implying a connection between Xi Jinping and a certain honey-loving crop top enthusiast will get you in serious trouble. If you use copyrighted material without permission, and your use isn't considered sufficiently transformative enough to count as fair use, you might find yourself on the wrong end of a DMCA takedown. So we're sorry to any YouTubers in the audience who heard about that and shuddered. You are unlikely to face any severe legal consequences for doing this, unless you're a truly insane level of repeat offender, or you start making big money off of it. But if you are doing this, the law is on the side of the copyright holder. And if there is one thing we all know on this platform, it is mess with copyright holders and they will mess with your income hard. Hey, speaking of messing with people's income. Number 11, bypassing paywalls. Believe us, we think paywalls suck. Nothing kills the momentum of researching a killer infographics episode faster than clicking on a promising source only to be greeted by a giant "subscribe to read more" button. Every time it happens, we lose just a little bit of hope for the future. And we bet you feel the same, especially after being clickbaited by an enticing article headline. You might even be tempted to download an extension or a free online software that lets you bypass those annoying paywalls. And that's where you get yourself in trouble. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act, that is what DMCA stands for, by the way, just in case you wanted to give a name to that demon, states that it's forbidden to sneak past paywalls for copyrighted materials. It's yet another thing that constitutes copyright infringement. And we are kinda having trouble finding something that doesn't constitute copyright infringement. But hey, at least, unlike our next example, it won't get the IRS on your tail. Number 10, online merchant tax evasion. In the 21st century,
since when is it illegal to... It's more illegal for these ads. These ads be out here promoting gambling and shit. And I'm supposed to sit up here and watch. I don't want to gamble. I don't care about no DraftKings or no shit like that. The only time I jump on that shit is when it's football season. That's the only time. I'm not addicted to that shit. Like when it's football season, hell yeah, I start making my bets. I start trying to make my little money on the side. But as of right now, I'm not trying to spend no money. Get that DraftKings shit up out of here. Ain't nobody trying to support no DraftKings, no Underdog, none of that shit. Y'all be out here. It's one thing when you giving me an ad, then y'all out here giving dick pill ads and shit. They be out here giving erectile dysfunction pill ads and shit. Blue Chew and fucking, I forgot the other one. That they be out here having these ads and shit for that. It's like, bro, what if it's a little kid watching this shit and then you got a fucking erectile dysfunction No. So it's okay for them to distribute these ads like that, but it's illegal for me to have an ad blocker. Fuck out of here.
a hellscape of inflation and subscription costs, everyone's got to have a side hustle if they want to make ends meet. Maybe you make a little extra cheddar from selling things on online merchant sites like eBay, Gumtree, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace. Respect. Go get that bag. There's nothing wrong with being a successful merchant on one of those sites, unless you are not declaring the income to the IRS. If you've maybe only sold one or two things, it's not going to attract an IRS agent's terrifying attention. But if you are raking in hundreds or even thousands flipping your unused stuff on the reg, Uncle Sam wants his cut. And if you're not kicking back the right percentage, you just leveled up to certifiable tax cheat. And trust us, the IRS is way scarier than any lowballing eBay buyer. But everyone knows you shouldn't try to hide your money from big government. That's how they got Capone. The fact that this next one is a crime might surprise you. Number 9, recording people's voices without consent. YouTube
Okay, yeah, that's illegal.
As technology and audio
That's definitely illegal.
And sometimes that content can satisfy our often underserved.
No, that's definitely illegal. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be recording people. Unless you out in the public setting. Now, if you out in the public setting, then there's nothing you can do. That's public domain. But if you like in somebody's backyard or something like that, and you do some shit like that, and I'm like, hey, don't film me in my backyard. That's illegal. Well, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but all right, bet. Call the cops. Get you up out of here. Take that video down.
Sense of justice. We're of course talking about scam hunters, the people who turn exposing phone scammers into a full-blown YouTube career. You know, the ones that hack into a scam call center, wasting their time and sometimes even getting revenge.
Oh, do not redeem.
Enjoy the karmic justice of seeing a scammer get their just desserts. But in 13 of the US's 50 illustrious states, you're actually enjoying a crime equal to that of the scammers. If you're living in California, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, and Washington State, all recording.
Okay, so at least the states that I used to live in, they ain't pussy. They ain't pussy. They let you do what you want to do. Okay. So if I was in Wisconsin, I wanted to play a prank on the scammers out there in Indonesia. I have no problem doing that in Wisconsin, but I live in Arkansas, so I can still get away with it. I can still get away with it because Arkansas and Wisconsin ain't pussy. Okay. No offense to the other states, but that's pussy shit. I should be able to troll. These motherfuckers got the right to call you and lie to you and say, hey, buddy, you won $1 million, buddy. Claim your prize, buddy. All we need is your social security and card information, buddy. Then they get your social security and card information, then they hang up. So nothing can be done about that, but me trolling them and getting them to stop and exposing them for what they are. That's illegal. Fuck out of here, bro. The justice system is full of shit, bro. It's like they make laws in place. People breaking the laws doing illegal shit, but it's like, and you try to fight back. It's like, no, you doing the more illegal shit. It's like, what the fuck? So I gotta be in one of these gray states in order to get away with this. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. That is absurd. You got to go through all that just to prove this. The law system is stupid. Stupid. It's fucking stupid.
Recordings of calls are subject to 2 or all party consent laws. This means that if you want to record a call, you need the explicit permission of everyone involved in order to legally record and transcribe what you hear. The same goes for calls via social media like Discord, Facebook, and Skype, if anyone still uses Skype. So if you're in one of those
Skype is
states and
dead,
you like
ain't
the
it?
idea of becoming a YouTube scam hunter, you'd better also prepare to launch a life of crime. And hey, it's not just audio that can get you in trouble here. Number 8, uploading photos or videos of people without consent. Now, like a lot of laws, this is a complicated one. If you're out in public and you take a photo of a stranger or a friend, you're actually completely entitled to take that photo and post it online. That's because in public, there's no expectation of privacy, so you can really do whatever you want.
Yeah, it's public domain.
But let's just say you're at a house party and you take some pictures of the whole thing to commemorate what a great time you're having, and then you post them to Facebook or Instagram the next day. But someone in those group photos really didn't want to be shown, and if they wanted to sue you to take it down, they would have every right to do so. That's because in a private residence, you have an expectation of privacy, and thus people need to consent for you to post their photos online. And if you have taken explicit photos or videos of someone, it's even more severe. Revenge porn, maliciously posting someone's private content online without
That's crazy,
their consent,
bro.
is a serious crime.
Anybody that do
48
that,
out of
you need
50
to go to
US
hell.
states have strict penalties for it. And if you're thinking of moving to the other 2, don't bother. They've got their own ways to make sure offenders face justice. Ruining someone's life online doesn't just come with social fallout, it comes with real legal consequences. We hope that's not something you're doing out there, infographics fans. This next seemingly innocent crime, though, it's one we might all have been guilty of at some point or another. Number 7. Sharing passwords. Here's something that's not a hot take. There are too many streaming services. Just off the top of our heads, there's Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Paramount.
Never in my life have I ever shared a password. Never in my life. Never have, and I never will.
Plus, Peacock, Tubi, Mubi, Plubi, Shudder, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, AMC Plus, MGM Plus, Jingle Plus, Stan, Binge, Crunchyroll, HBO Max, Stars, Acorn TV, Pure.
See, this is why piracy is. See, this is why people going back to piracy. It's too much. It's too much. It's like, no, I just want to watch one movie. I gotta go from here to here to here to here to here to here. Like, bro, streaming has become the new cable, bro. But it's just a bigger scam. It's like, cause now the channels, the so-called channels, they can now individually charge you however much they want for you to use their services for their limited library full of their content. So if I wanted to watch fucking Martin, I had to go to fucking BT Plus to watch fucking Martin. No, absolutely not. I will illegally download that shit and watch it anytime I want to, wherever the fuck I'm at, for the free 99. Fuck out of here.
Pureflix, Fubo, Philo, Zubo, Hallmark Movies Now, and the Infographic Show Plus. We made 3 of those up. See if you can tell us which ones in the comments. The point is, if you want to keep track of the current media landscape, you need to have one hell of a subscription package, which in turn means a hefty chunk of change. One of the best ways to work around this is for you and your friends or family to take a couple of these services and spread the wealth by sharing each other's passwords. And by doing this, you prove yourselves to be criminal scum. Now you might be saying, but surely that would only mean I violated the streaming services user agreement. They could terminate my account, but why would I be in trouble with the law? To which we would respond, copyright infringement. The specific laws will vary depending on the location you're in, but the UK's Intellectual Property Office sees piracy as a major issue for the entertainment and creative industries. That means pasting random internet images into your social media, streaming movies on a hacked Fire Stick, or watching live sports through sketchy apps without paying isn't just a loophole, it's a crime. So that's one that our viewers in the UK should be extra careful to avoid. But what about another crime that could get you in trouble in the land of the free and the home of the brave? Number 6, collecting information about people younger than 13. This is another one where we hope that this won't apply to you. If you're not a minor, it's probably fair.
Then the government need to be locked up because they doing that. The government is doing that. They're tracking the information of a minor all the fucking time. It's nothing new. What do you think? Why do you think why do you think they've been trying to get rid of TikTok? They trying to get rid of TikTok because they don't control it. If the government controlled TikTok, guess what? They'll be collecting all your little 7-year-old cousin, niece, nephew, son, daughter information all the fucking time. And it'd be super easy because they don't know no better. They get on TikTok, they start playing around with shit. Next thing you know, you got they TikTok under your phone number. Next thing you know, you got 500 scam phone calls coming. You got 500 scam likelies coming to your phone in one day. You got scam likely all day just blowing your phone up. Just, hello, this is Steve with Microsoft. Your computer has a virus and it needs to be fixed. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. The government is doing this. Half this shit that's illegal ain't even really, the government ain't even following. So that's why I'm not concerned with piracy, bro. Because I guarantee you the government is doing the exact same thing.
To say that you just shouldn't be talking to them online. That's not so much to ask, is it? But if for some reason that does apply to your life, you are stepping into a legal minefield. The same goes for anyone running a website or a service that collects customer data through surveys. Again, if that applies to you, sound off in the comments. We are honestly just curious about whether or not you exist. If you are collecting information about people younger than 13 years of age online, and you don't have the written legal permission of their parent or guardian, you're violating the Children's Online Protection Act. And that's something you really don't want on your rap sheet, because it'll result in people giving you some seriously judgmental looks if they find out. And this leads us to another crime you might have committed online lately. Number 5, looking for certain search terms. Okay, we need to be careful here, so bear with us. Here at the Infographic Show, we cover some pretty dark and sometimes even illicit subject matter. Everything from war crimes to the activities of drug cartels to even the murky depths of the deep and dark webs. More on that later. And because of that, let's just say our writers and fact checkers have some very questionable search histories. And that in and of itself can put you in some pretty dangerous territory, even here on the surface webs. Certain searches for illicit or illegal material, physical or digital, could land you in hot water. While search engines will generally do whatever they can to stop users from accessing illegal material through their service, sometimes things do slip through the net. If you find yourself wandering into one of the internet's many bad neighborhoods, these search engines will collaborate with law enforcement to see justice is done. Before you accuse us of making accusations, don't worry, we're not saying you are the kind of shady individual who actually goes looking for this stuff. But let's be honest, as a fan of the infographic show, it's safe to say you've also probably got a curious nature. So just be careful what you're searching for out there, folks, because even if you don't end up on the wrong end of the law, you may also end up seeing something you really wish you could cut out of your memories. Just saying. Hey, speaking of places where you can see things you can't unsee. Number 4, purchasing illicit services on the deep web. Okay, we might be stretching the definition of everyday things here, but we've done so many well-performing episodes on the deep and dark webs at this point, it's hard to believe that at least some of you haven't taken the plunge, downloaded a Tor browser, and gone deep web surfing. Here's a quick semantic thing we want to cover so people in the comments don't yell at us. While they are related, the deep and dark webs aren't completely interchangeable. The deep web just refers to all of the websites that aren't indexed through regular search engines and need to be accessed via an onion router. Most of these websites, statistically, are completely harmless. For journalists and whistleblowers trapped under oppressive regimes, these hidden platforms provide a lifeline. They're a way to expose corruption and share critical information without the constant fear of imprisonment or worse. The dark web, on the other hand, refers to the specific portion of the deep web where you can observe and purchase illegal materials. We know what immediately comes to your mind: snuff films, red rooms, human trafficking, and kidnapping rings. But the reality is often a lot more mundane. Blackmail and extortion, illegal commerce of drugs and weapons, lots and lots and lots and lots of identity theft for cash, and a whole lot worse. While this portion of the deep web is specifically designed to make these illegal transactions as secret and secure as possible, but it's not a foolproof system. No matter how careful you are, the dark web is full of scams that will suck out your Bitcoin and leave you with nothing. After all, what are you going to do? Call up the Better Business Bureau and tell them you never got those Uzis and that meth you ordered? It's also full of undercover feds and police honey traps. It's easy to think you're buying an illegal product or service only to realize that you just bought yourself 20 to life in a maximum security prison. Though honestly, it's hard to feel sorry for you if you were really buying criminal goods on the dark web. This next crime, however, is one that is downright ridiculous. Number 3, downloading YouTube videos. Okay, this is another scenario that actually feels feasible.
Be fucking for real. Downloading YouTube videos. Okay, so if I download my own YouTube videos, am I illegally? I'm doing something illegal if I'm downloading my own YouTube videos, right? Now, I can see if I was downloading a movie off YouTube, but if I'm just downloading what if I'm downloading a fucking meme, a 5-second clip of a meme that I want to use for my videos that's all around the internet? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
For an internet average Joe. If you're watching this, it's safe to say you probably spend a lot of time on YouTube, right? This might not even be the first of our videos you've watched today. And if you know what's good for you, it better not be the last either. But maybe where you live has sketchy Wi-Fi, or you don't get data on your phone. You're going on a long road trip and you want to make sure you're not deprived of that sweet, sweet infographics goodness for even a second. Who could blame you? We make excellent content. Perhaps this love of our videos might even prompt you to download some so you can enjoy it without Wi-Fi.
I would never.
And for this terrible crime, we hope you suffer the maximum penalty of the law. Didn't expect that curveball, huh? It's against YouTube's terms of service to download the videos without explicit permission from the video creator, which is why if you want to rip off a YouTube video, you need to use a third-party service to do it. And if you are a repeat offender, and even more so if you share the content on...
So what about what I'm doing right now? I didn't download the video, but it's going... but it's low-key going into my hard drive. So technically I might be downloading this. Fuck out of here.
Online again, you might be running afoul of our old friend copyright law. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act strikes again. Like a lot of technical breaches found on this list, you are not going to end up in a cell for breaching this. At the very least, you'll get a cease and desist, and at the very worst circumstances, you might end up needing to pay the copyright holder after a lawsuit. Our next crime, however, can get you in some real trouble. Number 2, using a fake name. Welcome to the wonderful and whimsical world of identity fraud. It goes without saying, making a fake ID is illegal. Whether it's for minors buying beer for a clandestine rager or trying to fool business and law enforcement into thinking you're someone else. But what about online? We exist in a complex world of usernames and aliases, and there's a good chance the account you're watching this video on right now isn't your actual first and last name. Pretending you're someone else on the internet is kind of a legal gray area, but that doesn't mean you can't get into trouble if you color outside of the lines. The many clauses of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act are designed to put legal limits on how much you can misrepresent yourself online, especially if you're pretending to be a real person. Originally designed to crack down on online fraud, this law could land you in serious trouble if you cross the line from anonymity to full-blown impersonation. Of course, there is some wiggle room around this for all of the parody accounts, but in these cases, you need to somehow make make it obvious that you are a parody account and not attempting to be a real thing. If you end up getting sued by the person you're lampooning, whether you did enough to show that you're a parody account will be down to the judge. And if things have progressed that far, well, you're already probably in pretty deep water. And depending on where you live, you might also be in danger if you're spreading certain rumors on the internet too. The First Amendment right to free speech in the US is a pretty big defensive umbrella when it comes to things you can say online. If you are found to be knowingly spreading lies that could be argued to damage a person or a company's reputation, you might run afoul of libel laws too. And yes, this is yet another time where adding in Minecraft at the end will probably not save you. But not even this can compare.
Well, a bunch of Twitter accounts, a bunch of Facebook accounts need to be sent to jail for their false information. Okay. But they won't. And they still get up and they still have the most followers and the most engagement, and they be all over your timeline. Fuck out of here.
To just how ridiculous this next law is. Number 1, using other people's Wi-Fi without permission. We know what you're thinking. What? How can that be a crime? The internet is the Wild West. If someone leaves their Wi-Fi unsecured and I scrape a little extra connection off the top, that's their own fault. The authors of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act we mentioned earlier would be inclined to disagree, and they're the ones writing the laws. It may be a law that we've all broken at one point or another, like taking McDonald's Wi-Fi by saying your first name is Dees and your last name is Nuts, or giving your old boss's email as your own. Just because it's frequently broken doesn't mean it's not a law. Just because Wi-Fi isn't tangible doesn't mean stealing it when it's unguarded isn't technically theft either. There's even a specific name for it, piggybacking. And Wi-Fi piggybacking isn't exactly a victimless crime either. Every device signed onto a network spreads the bandwidth thinner, meaning that your Wi-Fi piracy is tangibly making the network owner's Wi-Fi experience worse. And if you have an unguarded network and suspect that someone is stealing your Wi-Fi, you can even easily find out by checking for alien IPs connected to your network's client list. So don't do the Wi-Fi crime if you can't do the Wi-Fi time, folks. How many of these online crimes have you accidentally committed? Did we miss
all of them, nigga? All of them, nigga. All of them, nigga. I'll give a fuck. All of them, nigga. All of them, nigga.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys,
all of them, nigga.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys.
I don't give a fuck. I broke all the laws, nigga. Anyways, so let's just go about do it for this one. This list is trash. This shit is stupid because the government breaks the laws. The lawmakers break the fucking laws. Everybody break the fucking laws all the fucking time. This shit ain't followed by a lot of people. Fuck out of here. And some of these laws got loopholes to them, so it's easy to fight them. But that's just me though. But anyways, let's just go about do it for this one, man. Like I said, man, we live the pirate life over here. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no shame in admitting that. I ain't got no shame in admitting that, bro. I do not give a fuck. We live the pirate life over here, goddammit. Because if it's on the internet, it's free. But anyway, so let's just go about do it for this one. I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.